Hi, my name is Aaron Campbell. I'm a voice actor in some of your favorite anime. I voiced Jingo Raichi in Blue Lock, Majin Buu in Dragon Ball Daima, Charlotte Perro in One Piece, Umamiya in Windbreaker, Makoto in Campfire Cooking in Another World, and many other titles. I am going to answer some questions about voice acting. When signing autographs, what quote do fans ask for the most? Typically people don't have a particular quote in mind for things. I like to write the quotes that give me inspiration or the ones that relate to characters the most. My favorite one is Sparrow in One Piece. Lickety lick. It sums up his character very well, and it hits all the right notes for that. What was your exposure to Dragon Ball before I was cast as Majin Buu in Dragon Ball Daima? So I'm an OG Dragon Ball fan. I watched I didn't see the original Dragon Ball. I was introduced to Dragon Ball Z when I was younger. I've seen all of Dragon Ball Z through the Buu saga and none of Super. But I do know that the Dragon Ball Daima takes place like a year, 2 years after the Buu saga. So I already knew everything I needed to know going in about power scaling and things like that. And so whenever I got cast as Majin Buu, I knew I had big shoes to fill because I love Majins, and knowing that there were more in the world was really exciting. Also, the fact that he's got my favorite parts, what feels like of Buu. The food, he's like all about it. And it gives him energy, and food gives me energy too. So I relate to Majin Buu on that level. How do you keep your voice strong and consistent during long recording sessions or intense battle scenes? This is a great question. Lots of water. You drink lots of water. I have like 4 bottles of water. This is the 3rd one I've drank today. I always hydrate, keep your voice module lubricated at all times. Water is great. Hot tea is great with honey. And when I'm about to do a long screaming session, you warm up. So I do trills. I do like humming, like going from that's great. Humming is also really good for your voice. What you don't want to do is go in raw and just start screaming immediately, because then your voice will get tired and give out on you. So warm-ups, also taking a straw, breathing in and blowing out through a straw is really good. It also helps expand your vocal capacity for screams. And the main thing is just don't do it incredible. Don't go in and start screaming immediately. You want to like give yourself a little bit of time to warm up. And you do that in the car. You got plenty of time on the car ride, the plane ride, wherever you're going to do your voiceover work. Is there more pressure recording lines in popular franchises like My Hero Academia, Attack on Titan, and Spy Family? Not for me. Anime to me is like all the same. I mean, certain times when there's like the first session for something, particularly when I want a character to be like, okay, I know this character is important. I want it to be good. If I put that pressure on myself, it takes away from the performance, in that I'm thinking more about how I want the character to sound and how I want people to perceive it, rather than what am I actually doing in the scene as the character. When I take off all the restraints of that pressure of this character has to sound this way, or this character needs to come out a certain way, it gives me more freedom in the booth to play and make choices that are better for the character than if I were to put restraints on myself. So other actors will tell you otherwise, but for me, the moment I free myself of those things, it becomes way easier. Do I have a dream project, anime or game I would love to work on? Oh man, this is a good question. I would okay, yes, no, I know. I would love to work on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I know part 7 is coming out soon. At least it's been announced. I would love to audition for that. I would love to be considered for that show. I'm a big JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fan. You know, it was one of the first anime that I was introduced to where I was like, what is going on? I don't know, but I love it. And I love everything about it. And I got to part 3 and I was like, I'm locked in. So JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, part 7, Steel Ball Run is something I would love to work on.